Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm sure that you clicked on this video that you have at least a little bit of experience listening to Japanese music. So I will start by saying that I'm sorry. I realized that the internet, especially something that's to do with Japanese music, that the quote unquote experts will have to weigh in. So I will say that I am black. Surprising. Please don't lynch me. I'm not Japanese, nor do I have Japanese friends, and I'm not a music professional, but I just want to talk about my experience with J-pop and how I found to love it. Especially Otto, and another group I like to listen to called Millie. Either way, I don't know how to structure this, so let's just get right into our first point on how I believe a lot of people outside Japan run into Japanese music. Now, when I say finding music, I just mean how people usually discover Japanese songs, and how some of these songs may blow up outside Japan. Of course, I was answer would be anime, and I have to say it is anime. Well, I have to say, Japan's media basket across the world, it has been pretty good, but, anime is most popular. I think China and Korea. I mostly hear about. I heard a lot of K-pop or dramas from there, but from Japan, if it's something big media related, it's most likely going to be anime. Of course, this is all based on my personal experience. But anyways, so obviously one of the best ways to hear a Japanese song that people may enjoy would be anime openers. As I said, that is what they are here to watch, and I don't believe I would include endings, as people tend to skip those, it seems, and they don't get as much reach. But I still think they endings is also a good way. But people usually do watch studio openings, and if the opening is catchy enough, they may watch the opening each time, and if they enjoy it, they may add it to their music library. Now, that artist has been, the artist has gotten to the person's library, it's just a matter of getting played. Once again, this is based on a personal experience and what I say, but after a couple of days, the hype usually dies off, after the anime ends, and the person doesn't listen to it as much anymore. And that is, unless the person listens enough that they go to artists discography, or they just love the song so much they keep on playing it, because I like to play a song 500 times. I don't listen to it anymore, and it's in my library, but I don't listen. But anyways, then they go to the discography of the artists, they let the music play, and they tend to listen to new songs and almost that they like, and immersing themselves in the music. Those are two ways I really think people, based on my experiences and what I've seen, that people would tap into the music and actually listen to J-pop a lot. But I also think there's another reason people may not listen to J-pop. I know I'm talking about why people do, but I'm also talking about why people sometimes don't. Don't get me wrong here, but before I start, I just want to say that I don't think Japanese music is as popular as people make it out to be in America and the West. Don't get me wrong. Anime views are up, and people don't make fun as people did before. I remember back in 2014, I was watching anime stuff. I discovered it, Vampire Night, for some reason, and man, do not be caught watching that or liking that. But anyways, I'd say that being an avid consumer of Japanese media when you're not Japanese still has a negative connotation. And despite how normal anime has become, you're still going to get some looks, especially if it's something that the masses don't like. And unlike K-pop dramas, and there's perception of the consumers of this media, and I can't lie, sometimes it's justified. I said I was black earlier. I'm probably going to get lynched if I try to go to another auto concert for some reason. But anyways, don't get me wrong. People should still listen to what they want to and enjoy their music their way. That's how I became such an avid listener, but wanting to fit in and not get made fun of are pretty valid reasons why people don't actively listen. What's the enjoyment in music if you can't chill with your friends and play on the aux, while driving around? If your playlist is fully full of Japanese songs, then you just be considered a weeb, which would be kind of justified. And believe me, I have different playlists, even though that they aren't separated for public versus private. But when people try to hide, just keep listening on to other music they like, it may get to the point where they already forgot about the music that they liked and develop a new taste for other genres, leaving J-pop in the dust. It could just be a matter of telling somebody else to live life, but people don't often think like that. You want to fit in with your friends, you want to fit in the public. If you're over here listening to Usewa or something in public, bro, you're not Japanese, and you're fat, and you're black, you're a nerd, go back to Japan, or Africa, whatever. But anyways, then there's also another big reason. Folks just don't speak Japanese. Pretty simple, really. No doubt that people listen to music in a language they don't understand, but when you don't understand it or have cultural connection to it, then there's not a whole lot you want to listen to. Those are two pretty personal reasons, but also I believe that they can apply to others out there. And I guess I'll add a more personal reason. It's the community. I said I kind of skipped around it earlier. I really didn't, but apparently the community you are is surrounded J-pop or Japanese music forums, they're not the most welcome. Either way, let's get to my experiences with Japanese music and my favorite artists. Okay, we're going to start for number one. My artist number one is going to be Otto. Now, we start pretty basic, okay? I don't know the scope of her popularity compared to other Japanese artists internationally, but from what I can see, she has to be pretty high up there. I'm pretty basic in the way I discovered Ado. Me and my friend went to go see One Piece film Red, and I liked the song so much, I checked my library, and how I discovered it earlier, discography, and now she's been my #1 listed artist for the past few years. But I will say, I have zero idea what she's saying in her songs. Not that it stopped me from listening to her, but sometimes I do want to listen to something I can understand. Like, I do check out the translation sometimes, but it's pretty much just pure vibes other than there. Like, still, even off of vibes, I would consider myself a pretty big fan of hers. I got plenty of merch, even paying those ridiculous international shipping fees. I've been to her Wish Tour concert, and I've cosplayed her at Anime Expo 2024. Would it be wrong to say that Ato's my favorite artist, not only for J-pop, but of all time? Like, she's the one who really got me, let go of the care. I'll just view what I like, and I can just enjoy myself. Like, I'm gonna try not to sound like a crazy fan. Like, I really love her voice and genres of songs she covers. That's a huge reason why she's my #1 and has been that for like a few years. And she's also a huge reason why I'm learning Japanese. Like, I listen to music, but I know what she's saying. Like, she could be talking about her whole family. Like, bro, what? Anyways, in her fan base, I'm kind of like a black sheep. Like, I'm actually black. But anyways, besides that, and most of our American fan base, I interact with are some super obsessed younger teenage girls. Not to be mean to anyone, as I know that period of life is fight yourself. It is nothing wrong with what they're doing, but damn, sometimes the conversations get repetitive in our head. Still, gotta love them though. We are all fans of Ado, and I do have some extensive merch. Now we go to an artist that's basically the same discovery for Ado, and I guess we'll call them Millie. Why? Because that's her name. Anyways, one of the first songs I've heard of them was Vermont Gold, and that song was Mortal for You. With You. Damn. Now, I didn't like the song too much at first, but after a while it got into my library, and as I said, like Ado, listened to more of them, and now they're in my library, and basically my #2 artist. Now, I say there because I'm confused. I think they're a group. I think most people, as like the artist profile has Apple Music shows mostly people, and it's just like they're in a group. But I believe that the main singer and only one I've really heard so far was Cassie Way. And fun fact about her, I looked her up like a couple days ago, and she has 3 nationalities: Canadian, Chinese, and Japanese. But anyways, I must say how much I love her voice. Like, no offense to her, but while me personally, I'm a guy with no music experience or voice control at all, so I can't say if it's good or bad, but I'm gonna say her voice, like the way she uses it, is absolutely stunning. Like, her favorite album for me is Let's Lament. And like my favorite song is Between Two Worlds, but even placing higher than like the other versions for me. But from my inexperienced ears, like the piano, lyrics, and her voice make this song a top 5 in my entire library and overall music taste. And they also have plenty of other peak songs. And it seems like they mostly produce music for a game called Limbus Company. And like when I search up their music, Limbus Company pops up a lot. Now, I have never played Limbus Company before, but I'm like really a big fan of that music, and it kind of makes you want to play. But anyways. Besides that, it also does seem that Millie makes a lot of music mainly for like games and sometimes anime. For example, I've seen Goblin Slayer and Ghost in the Shell. But back to my favorite. Sadly for me, I was not able to get the physical vinyl for her Let's Lament album, as like by the time I actually got some money I could use, it was gone. But the blame is only on myself. I know who used to buy it. But anyways, for more what I think of Millie, I consider myself a huge fan, and in 2025, their group is fighting Ado for like the top list 2 of the year. And like Millie is also helped a lot, like their songs being in English, so I can help understand and like break down the lyrics. And their discography is also pretty huge. Well, I will say that some of them could also just be soundtracks and music, but it's still good. And I would say I want to be a bigger fan, but it seems like that music section is limited, and they also don't have any tour schedule, especially in the United States. So, Mr. Millie, please let me spend more money on you. Come to the United States, give me vinyl. On the side, I'm gonna get some honorable mentions because I don't want this video to be too long. I'm sure these artists really care about me, like they really want my honorable mentions. But anyways, honorable mentions for blessing my playlist has to go to Hikaru Utada, Creepy Nuts, The Pump, Tsuya Kitani, did I say it? Elisa, and King Von. Now guys, I will say this was a rush monstrosity, but thank you for watching anyways. I really wanted to talk about Ado, but I really didn't know like a long form video to talk about, so I just talked about overall J-pop and pretty badly at that. But I also did want to get a long form video out for March, but I promise you guys, I'm always trying to improve my video making from start to end. Sometimes things may be missed, so comment if you want me to talk about something in the future. But either way, this was a badly informed ADHD field deity, and thank you for watching. And if you want to stay out with me to see me grow, then tag along next time. I don't really like ask people to subscribe, so just thank my soothing voice in your sleep and come back for more because you can't help but get more of me. Anyways, this outro is too long. Adios.